1 year on YouTube. I honestly can't believe that on this day, March 1st, 1 year ago, I uploaded my very first video about my MacBook Air. I had no idea what the heck I was doing back then, but the only thing that I did know was that I really wanted to see where this YouTube thing would take me. Now, today, 1 year, 30 videos, over 400 subscribers, and over 60,000 views later, I will be sharing with all of you guys what I have learned from this past year and how I've grown as a filmmaker, editor, storyteller, and a creator on YouTube. But first, I just want to say a massive thank you to every single one of you who have watched my videos, liked, commented, and subscribed. Words can't even describe how grateful I am to have such an amazing group of people who watch my videos, and it truly inspires me to make more and better content for all of you. Once again, thank you guys so much. Alright, so looking back at my very first videos, if you've watched any of them and compared them to my latest videos, it's quite obvious that the cinematography, both in terms of composition and lighting, has taken a drastic change. Over the last year, I've taken a lot of inspiration from tech YouTubers who shoot some extremely high quality B-roll, like Marquez Brownlee, Hardware Canucks, and so many others. And I have used many of these shot ideas as catalyst for my own ideas. And because I'm not necessarily the richest person in the world, I've also learned how to improvise for the shots that I wanted with the tools that I had at my disposal. For example, with my top-down shots, like for unboxings, I literally put my tripod on top of my desk and invert it so that the camera is looking down on the subject. Definitely odd, but hey, I'm improvising, and also I don't have access to a $250,000 robotic arm. But the change that I'm probably the most proud of in terms of the cinematography on the channel was when I switched my A-roll perspective from standing in front of a window to sitting down in a chair right now and being lit in a controllable manner. For one, I no longer had to deal with shifting colors like the sun when color grading my videos. But it also allowed me to learn how to use two video lights that my aunt and uncle gifted me. And they have been so useful for achieving the lighting that I want for my shots. The biggest thing that I've worked on in this past year was my communication, both in terms of what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. The biggest improvement that I noticed came to my intonation and my confidence when speaking. As I made more and more videos, I subconsciously learned how to play with my communication through emphasis of words, slowing down or speeding up my speaking, or pausing to make what I'm saying a lot more interesting than a boring monotone voice. Also, I learned how to use hand gestures as well, which definitely gets my point across a lot better. I also just feel much more confident speaking louder in front of a camera, which has led me to needing to decrease the volume of my audio during editing, but hey, it's a worthy trade-off. Developing my communication skills in front of the camera has also had some second-order effects in other areas of my life. For example, I've been much more confident volunteering and speaking in front of my classmates. I'm much more comfortable doing interviews and video applications, and my charisma has taken a giant step up. I just feel like I can communicate now without feeling judged or feeling self-conscious of myself, and I have YouTube to thank for that. Alright, now on to the planning of my videos, and currently the planning of my videos follows a 3-step process. The idea, the practicalization of it, and the execution of that idea. What I've learned from hundreds of hours planning my videos is that writing down my ideas is the biggest solidifier of it coming to life. Pretty much, if I don't write something down, it's not going to exist. I've also learned how to estimate approximately how long a video should be based on the content and how long each section within that video should be as well. Basically, my ideas turn into ink, which then turns into text in a Google Doc, which then turns into the A-roll and B-roll that you're watching right now, and then which turns into a well thought out video. The last thing that I will say is that giving myself deadlines and planning out what I'm going to do in a given week has been quite a game changer in providing that extra accountability to finish what I started. Alright, in terms of editing, the main thing that I learned was the ability to decipher the important details of a video and how to trim out the unnecessary stuff. Often, the video that you're watching right now is 2/3 or half the length of what was originally filmed. I found that my content and style favors a faster pace, which is reflected in my editing as I've gotten used to cutting out a lot of pauses and silences. Additionally, I've gotten a lot of comments on how my editing is actually pretty good, but going through the process of making YouTube videos has taught me that good editing is only a small portion of what makes an overall video great. Just as a disclaimer, I used iMovie to edit all of my videos this past year. It's quite a simple program, but it forced me to spend a lot more effort on the planning and the cinematography in order to make a good video. Basically, I never rely on my editing to save a crappy video. And here are just some other things that I've learned throughout my 1 year on YouTube so far. For one, even though I absolutely love making videos, there are often days where I just don't feel any motivation whatsoever to do anything, or I just don't have any ideas. In these situations, I've learned to just give myself a break and to come back another time with fresh eyes. Second, I've naturally developed over time some replies to common questions that I get about my channel. Questions like, what types of videos do you make? Or what do you shoot with? And like, how do you wake up at 5 a.m. each morning? Are the frequently asked ones. And along the way, I've just developed some very short responses along the way. Lastly, negative comments and dislikes. They really did hurt me at first, I will say that, but I've slowly learned how to deal with them and to move on from them in order to focus on making better content. And those are some of the things that I've learned from 1 year on YouTube so far. There are probably 100 other things that I also learned this year, but these were the ones that had the most effect on me and the channel. Looking ahead, I'm going to make a promise to take my channel to the next level. More videos, better quality, and a slightly different look, which is actually going to be a part of my grade 12 capstone project. I'm going to be trying a bunch of stuff out with my content and seeing what else I can learn from this journey. Because if being on YouTube has taught me only one thing, it is to not only appreciate the result, but the journey as well. I can't believe I just copied that last sentence from my UBC application. Oh my god. Anyways, as always, gently tap the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring that notification bell to be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and here's to another year on YouTube. Peace out.